You know, it's pretty unlikely that Gengar would lose this fight. I mean, it's pretty one-sided. Anyways, Pokemon, red version. Doesn't get much more original than this. I mean, I guess unless I played, like, red or green version. Like, the versions that Japan got first. But, anyways. So, someone might be asking, the one or two people who watch this, why not Fire Red or Leaf Green, the remakes? Well, I thought maybe it'd be interesting to play the original game first, because if I do plan to do more of the Pokemon games, you can kind of see them, you know, you would see how they progress. Because I'd go to Crystal version next, but yeah, that's mostly why. Plus, I don't know, maybe there's some kid out there who might be interested to see what the original games were like, for good or for worse. I'll go with just my regular name. I like that my regular name fits perfectly in the slots provided. Look at that. Bam. Oh yeah, you can name your rival in this game. I forgot about that. Okay, what should I name my rival? Well, if I was the age that I was playing this when I first played this game, I'd probably give him a name like Buttman or Assman or Assface or something stupid. But I'll give him a name equally as terrible as one of those. There we go. God. God have mercy on someone with that name. Give you an idea of how old this game is. It has a Super Nintendo, the pinnacle of technology at the time. Anyways, always go to the PC first. Get the potion. Just usefulness all around there. Huh. I'm so used to the mom character stopping you when you leave your room. But not in this game. Not in the first Pokemon game. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know where to go. I guess I was kind of debating if I was gonna like make this like a traditional like playthrough, like, well, let's go to all the houses first and see where Professor Oak is, and then learn he's not anywhere. But no, I'm just gonna go right out the fucking door. If you were playing Yellow version, this is where Pikachu would jump out. Yellow version, of course, was the, well, like the third version released that, was more based off the anime with Ash and stuff. That's why you start off with Pikachu, and that's why you can get all the starter Pokemon. But that's neither here or there. I will give sort of like bios on the Pokemon you can get, though. Not very in-depth ones with editing. I don't have that much. I'm not that productive, but I will. But since I've played Pokemon so much, and I've used quite a fair bit of the Pokemon in this game, at least once through a playthrough, I have a pretty good idea what they're all like. Like with every game, you get 3 choices: a fire, a water, and a grass-type Pokemon. And here they are. First, you got Bulbasaur. Fun fact about Bulbasaur, he is the only first stage starter Pokemon to be dual type, grass and poison. But anyways, Bulbasaur has just a good special stat, and the first couple gym leaders are weak to grass. Well, the Lieutenant Surge isn't, but grass resists electricity, so yeah, if you're new to this, Bulbasaur might be the best choice for you. In the middle is Squirtle. slower Pokemon, but he has good defense, and he's the water type, and it's always useful to have a water type Pokemon no matter what. And last is Charmander. Charmander is pretty fast, and he has good attack stats and special stat. In Gen 1, the special stat is just one stat. It's not special attack and special defense. It's just special. But, yeah, Charmander. Who I will be picking. I know a lot of people pick Charmander, but, I mean, he's my favorite Pokemon because his name is Charmander, and my name is Charles. And as a kid, that's why I liked him. I know it seems like a really dumbass reason, but... Oh, no, shit, I didn't want that. I thought it was asking me if I wanted to nickname him. I also don't nickname my Pokemon. I know that sounds very boring, but I just think their names sound cool as they are. I don't think calling him Zippo or Sparky or John Luke is going to change that. Well, I guess I'll just walk right out of here and start my adventure. Oh, he's going to fight me right here. Get out of here. If you're new to this and you're probably wondering, isn't he just going to kick my ass if he picked my weakness? Not exactly. The starter, they never have a move related to their type, so you don't have to worry about that. These are sort of a tradition Pokemon games. The rival always challenges you as soon as he gets a chance. Not all of them, mind you. I think the newer ones kind of somewhat drop this, or at the very least it's not like immediately after you get the Pokemon, but usually the best method is just to keep hitting them with your attacking move. Don't worry so much about stat lowering moves, because truth be told, it's a little bit too soon in the game to worry about that kind of strategy. Although he did take my defense down quite a bit there. That's not good. Man. Shit. As long as you get the potion, you're pretty much guaranteed to be alright. As long as you know how to use it. You also want to win that battle because it's an instant level up. You picked the wrong Pokemon. What a dick move to say. Smell you later. Boy, is there anything that really shows what time period this was made in? That's probably gotta be it. Do they heal you after that? Oh, they do. I'll be damned. Wasn't expecting that in a Gen 1 game. Talk to this guy and he will replace the potion you just used. Or maybe you didn't use it, I don't know. For a second there, I thought I was going to get through this whole area without running into one wild Pokemon. A level 4 Rattata. You know, for the longest time, I thought his name was Rattata. I don't know why. And then when Pokemon Go came out, my friend's like, hey, a Rattata. And I looked at him, and I looked at the name again, and I was like, oh shit, you're right, that's... Why did I think Rattata? That's... Well, anyways. Probably level 7, so... Cool beans. Yeah, I should probably go to the Pokemon Center first. Of course, Pokemon Center heals your Pokemon back to full health. Very useful place. As with any Pokemon game. Now, if you've played the newer games and you're coming to this game, they're Unlike the newer games I've noticed where like every goddamn NPC in town will probably give you something for free because there's so many items in Pokemon now. Yeah, that doesn't really apply to this game. Most of the town folks just have usually nonsense to say. Do you want to know the 2 types of caterpillar Pokemon? No. I'll tell you what those are later if you're curious enough. I could skip all the grass, but could use the training, I guess. This also gives you an opportunity to see the other Pokemon in the area. Pidgey! You can't buy Pokeballs yet until you deliver this parcel, so that's kind of annoying. But, you know, what you gonna do? But I think I'll go on ahead here for a second and I'll tell you about the Pokemon you can catch in this area once you get the ability to get Pokeballs. There's only 2 Pokemon in Route 1, as I've mentioned before. Rattata, normal type Pokemon, pretty fast and hits decently hard, but I feel like Rattata is one of those Pokemon that you probably won't keep throughout your entire journey because he just doesn't have the stats to keep up with some later Pokemon. Level 20, he evolves into Raticate, and he'll learn a move called Super Fang, which always does half damage. Interesting move, but not worth keeping Raticate. But, I mean, if you're persistent enough, I guess you can use any Pokemon. He just gives you the Pokedex in this part for giving you the parcel. You know what confused me about the Pokedex is, like, it doesn't... Like, is the information already pre-recorded on it? Like, because it only gives you it when you catch the Pokemon, which doesn't really make much sense to me. But your goal is to fill it, so, like, does it just make up its own, like, data when you catch a Pokemon? I don't know. I never really quite got the Pokedex. But, the other Pokemon you can get is Pidgey, normal flying type Pokemon. Evolves into Pidgeot at level 18, level 36 evolves into Pidgeot. Pidgeot? Pidgeot? I don't know, I've heard it pronounced both ways. Good Pokemon. It's usually a lot of people's first Pokemon they catch in this game, and it'll serve you pretty well throughout the whole game. In fact, your rival will have a Pidgeotto, will have a Pidgeot in his team as well. So, although I do think there's another bird-esque Pokemon coming up that's a little better. I don't think he looks as cool as Pidgeot, but yeah, I think his stats are better. Also, if you played the newer games, you don't get Pokeballs as soon as you don't get Pokeballs from anybody. You just gotta buy them yourself. Gotta buy your own Pokeballs with your hard-earned money that your mom gave you. And I pressed A twice. God damn it. Damn. So yeah, that's all the Route 1 encounters. So if any of those Pokemon strike your fancy, go for it. Also, Gust is a normal type move in this game, not a flying type, so don't worry about your Bulbasaur getting torn to shit. But up here in Viridian City and to the left is a little area that will actually lead you to a new route. And this patch of grass has some new Pokemon. I also don't advise going upwards because you'll be challenged by your rival and he'll have stronger Pokemon this time around. but there's actually a few more encounters you can get in here. Right here, for instance, is Nidoran. Nidoran male, for that matter. More common in red version. Poison-type Pokemon. Its counterpart is Nidoran female. Also a Poison-type Pokemon, but a lot rarer in red version. This is switched in blue version, where Nidoran male is rarer, where Nidoran female is more common. But they both evolve at level 16, and then with a Moonstone they'll evolve into their final forms. Nidoran male into Nidoking, and Nidoran female into Nidoqueen. Nidoran male is more offensive, Nidoran female is more defensive, but either way they're both good. If you're playing the remakes Fire Red and Leaf Green, you actually can't encounter them here. This is only in these games. But there is some compensation though, because in the original games you can't encounter Mankey. In Fire Red and Leaf Green you can. And Yellow version. Mankey is a pure fighting type. Very underrated Pokemon, I feel like Mankey is. Falls into Primate level 28. Just has good attack power, has good speed. It's just an all-around good Pokemon. I think I've used one on a team a few times, and it's always proved very useful. Especially if you pick Charmander, because the next gym leader, the first gym leader is a Rock-type user, which could put you at a disadvantage. So definitely consider Mankey. Okay, I thought I'd encounter him by now, but I guess not. The last Pokemon you can get in this little area is Spearow. A normal flying type like Pidgey, but Spearow evolves into Fear at level 20, and he actually kind of has better stats. He has better attack power, and I think even better speed. He also learns better move called Drill Peck, which is probably the best flying type move you can get in this game. Well, besides Sky Attack, but Sky Attack takes a whole turn to charge itself, so you're better off using Drill Peck. Also, Spearow knows Peck, which is a flying type move, unlike Gust in this game. So if your rival picked Bulbasaur, that's a good Pokemon to have. So yeah, Spearow, good Pokemon. But I have no intention on adding any of those Pokemon to the list, even though a lot of them would be quite good. The Pokemon I want is up ahead a bit more. And it will probably be quite a search to find them, but it's worth it. It is definitely worth it. I think if you're playing the remakes, this guy will stop you and show you how to catch a Pokemon, because you know how all the games are, at least the newer ones. This patch of grass has some new Pokemon, but anything you can find in here, you can just find the Viridian Forest, so fuck it. And probably at higher levels, so right. Viridian Forest, already here. Forgot how fast you can move through this game. First things first, come up here and you will get another Pokeball. As for Pokemon, this is where you can catch the two Caterpillar type Pokemon that guy was talking about earlier. Oh yeah, and you can catch the Cocoon Pokemon as well, but don't do that. Anyways, for starters, you can get Weedle, a bug poison type Pokemon. At level 7, he evolves into Kakuna, which is what I'm fighting now. And at level 10, he'll evolve into Beedrill. The other one is Caterpie, a pure bug type who evolves into Metapod level 7, and as you expect, level 10 evolves into Butterfree, a bug flying type. Both of these Pokemon are good to have in the early game, but just like Rattata, their usefulness kind of starts to wane as you go further. So it's hard to recommend, but for early game, starting out, it's great even. Especially Butterfree, because Butterfree will learn Confusion once it evolves, which is a Psychic type move, which can be very helpful to you in many situations. And I got a level 5 Weedle here, who I actually will catch this Weedle, but he's not the one I want to add to the team. The Pokemon I want to add to this team is actually the rarest Pokemon. Ah, son of a bitch. Crap. Alright, no problem. The rarest Pokemon in this area, the Viridian Forest, is none other than Pikachu, the mascot of Pokemon himself. Now, Pikachu's cool, but I actually like his evolved form better, which is Raichu, which is why I'm catching him. But yeah, if you look hard enough, you will find the Pokemon Pikachu. Electric-type Pokemon, super fast, and has good special stats. Has a good special stat, and it's just generally good to have. I mean, a lot of trainers use Pidgeys and Spearows in this game, so having something that's good against that, especially if you pick Charmander, because you'll have something to counter your rival's Squirtle. Am I gonna make it? Oh, I just caught Weedle, so I'm good. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to find Pikachu after I heal Charmander here. Oh, fuck. Right there. He was right there. Good thing I did catch a Weedle then. Right, so back to the Viridian Forest and back to try to find Pikachu. In fact, since Pikachu is pretty rare, I think like 5% or 1% encounter rate, it'll probably take me a while, so I'll probably just edit and cut to when I get to Pikachu to save you all what I imagine to be about, like, 30 minutes of looking, maybe. Oh, thank God. Starting to think he didn't even exist. Finally. Oh, Charmander learned Ember, by the way, when I was trying to find Pikachu here. I won't use that on him, though. It might kill him. I was kind of hoping to be a little bit tougher leveled, but that's alright. Work with level 3. Make him a little bit easier to catch, too. I know you can find level 5, but I'm not searching for that again. That took a while. No, thank you. Alright, so finally found Pikachu. Thank God. So we got him, got the Weedle, who's kind of just here as a meat shield for tactics, but I can still use him. Oh, I didn't mention this before, but if you want to add Butterfree or Beedrill to your team, do not catch Kakuna or Metapod, because all they'll know is Harden. If you catch them in their worm forms, as it were, they'll at least, when they evolve into their cocoon forms, they'll keep Poison, Sting, and Tackle. So, yeah, make sure you do that. Save you a lot of headache. Okay. Well, I think that'll be it for this first part. I'm gonna need to at least buff up Pikachu a few levels before he's any use to me, and then I'm gonna go over and fight the rival, and then I'll actually go through Viridian Forest and get to the next town to fight Brock the Rock.